Good morning, everyone, and hello to everyone else who's not on the Eastern time. This is the second part of my video for my journey to CARMS, and today I'm going to be talking about an effective study plan for the QE1. So let's get the important stuff out of the way. People have been asking me about the resources. So number one is the Dr. Ubzi course, which is great. So the Dr. Ubzi course, I'll let you give you the details, but Dr. Sarah is the one who registers everyone, and she gives you the details of the types of courses and the length of course you should take or not, or you want to take, and they kind of guide you with that. And there's additional workshops and boot camps you can take. So hit up Dr. Sarah for that, and I'll leave her contact info in my YouTube video below, and then you can contact her. The course is very good. Like I said, the course itself is very good, but you need to be good. You need to be good at your knowledge, and you need to be good at studying properly, right? So that's my next point. My next point is how to know you have an effective study plan, or how to be studying effectively. So initially, for the longest time before medical school, I'm like, how do I know I'm studying properly? Like, I'll still be fine with my grades and whatever, but are you actually studying the way you should be studying? So for me, this is what I did. I'll talk about it stepwise. So before my class for Dr. Epsi, I would make sure I was going through the notes one time first, just to familiarize my head that this is the topics that they're going to be discussing today. So I kind of knew about what he's going to be talking about, and not going into the class like, not knowing anything. And that's a really bad look for a student. Like, you're going into the class and you don't even know which topic it is and which page the topic is on. So that's bad on you. So you need to be a good student, okay? So then after that, after going through it once, and the second time I would kind of read it more actively, just making sure that I'm grasping more information. And at this point, you're probably only going to get 10% in your head, but that's fine, okay? So you go through each topic, you read it. It might take you longer, because I remember the first time I read one whole topic, like one whole chapter, it probably took me 3-4 hours. It doesn't matter. You need to put in that time, okay? Do not take shortcuts to be like, well, I'll just listen to him in the class. No. If you want your concept to solidify in your brain, and it to take a shorter amount of time for it to solidify, you need to be like repeating it, reading it again and again. So I think I would read it maximum twice before the class, to be honest, because that was the only time I would have, because I was studying and working at the same time. So then after that, in the class, you need to be listening actively, okay? Actively listening to what Dr. Abzi is saying. Ask any questions you have, okay? Make sure you're asking all those questions in your head. Like, if you're not sitting for a while and you're like, oh my God, what was that? What was that? Make sure you ask it. Even if it's a silly question, or you feel like it's a silly question, no question is silly. If it's gonna clear your concept, it's gonna benefit you, and there's no silly question, okay? I mean, there might be silly questions, but just ask it anyway, okay? So after that, after the class was finished, I would read the topic again, okay? I would read the topic again, and just making sure that I grasped whatever he told us. And if he had given some important tips or pointers or like additional information, I would write it beside the topic in the book and just read it again and again. So basically, a lot of repetition. Okay. After that, so yeah, basically just going over everything twice before the class and after the class as well, just so the topics kind of solidify. And I took the morning and evening class, and it really helped. So whoever's starting off, I would advise everyone to take the morning and evening class first. And once you keep getting better, you can kind of decide on your own, like, do you need to keep taking both, or you want to take both and you want to take the morning or only the evening one, right? So that's kind of like an effective study plan. You go over the topic first, so you have in your head, these are the headlines that I'm going to have to focus on today. So your brain kind of categorizes each topic, and you know that this is what's going to be taught in the class today. And then you read it again, so okay, just, you know, the basic stuff. Even if you don't memorize every detail of that in the second week, that's fine. Like the signs and symptoms, what is a possible diagnosis here, the management plan, possible complications, initial investigations, like the best next initial investigation, like examples an x-ray, right? And then what's the best definitive investigation, maybe like a CD or CT scan or something like that. So something like that. And then management plan, right? So that's that. And then besides that, that's one way of effectively studying. So once you have the theory out of the way, then you can kind of add the MCQs. So I did initially add the MCQs, start the MCQs at the same time as the course. But I feel like once your theory gets better and you solidify more and more, then the MCQs will get better and better. And this is the trick: do not memorize the MCQ answers and the next time you do it you're getting so good and in your head you're like, yeah, I know all this. No, do not memorize the MCQ. The MCQs are to solidify your concept, okay? So the best way to answer an MCQ is to read the vignette, okay? Cover the answer, cover the options, and then in your head you think about the vignette. So these are the symptoms. It seems like he might have this, or she might have this placenta previa. What are the symptoms for that? What would be the next step in investigations and the definitive management plan? And, you know, just like that. And whatever the question is asking, try to answer it yourself before looking at the options. And once you know the answers without looking at the options, and every question you know the answer and you don't even have to look at the options, that means you're good at the topic, okay? So that's how you assess yourself in terms of knowing a certain topic, okay? That's very important. So the ACE Q Bank, ACE Q Bank, that's really good. People who've already done the UWorld twice, thrice, and they're more comfortable and they've been doing really good, like, I would still advise you to do the ACE Q Bank, because they show you how the Canadian MCQs are. Even though the basic concepts might be the same, but it's better if you just have practice of time limit with the ACE Q Bank. So that's that. Courses, study effective plan, yeah, okay. So I think that's pretty much it. And for ethics, I'll make another video because ethics is very important in the QE1 exam. So I'm just making sure you can do the ethics MCQs from the ACE Q Bank, but it's just maybe like 45-50 MCQs, so it's not too in depth, so you will need another resource to get that from. So thank you guys for listening to my video, and I hope this really helps. Try to implement it. Message underneath my video if you're having any issues, or, you know, it's not working out for you. Maybe it needs to be modified some way, the way you're studying. And besides that, have a positive mindset. I'm going to keep saying that in every video. If you're not doing well initially, give yourself grace, be patient with yourself, and do not deceive yourself. That's a very important thing. Let's say you memorize the MCQs and every time you're doing it, you're getting it right, but you're not really reading it for the concept. You're just reading it to know the answer, so you feel good that you knew the answer. Do not do that, okay? In the back of your mind, you know if you knew the topic or not, or you just answered it because you knew the answer, okay? Or you memorized the answer from the last time you did it. So just be honest to yourself, because this is your life. This is your goals, your aspirations. So you need to be honest with your studying pattern as well, because sometimes you get this false sense of satisfaction. Oh, I got so good in this block of MCQs. Don't do that to yourself, okay? Be honest with yourself, and you're gonna get there, okay? Just keep practicing. So on that note, I'm gonna say thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel, forward my channel to other people, like my videos, and I'm gonna keep uploading more. The next topic I might cover is how to study for ethics, because that's a big one. And I know whoever signs up a Dr. Ebsy course is gonna tell you to, but this is just gonna be a video that's gonna be there for whoever wants to come back and watch it. If you forgot something, you can come back and watch it again. So that will be helpful. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.